Hi, so I just finished my battalion board today. I'm gonna talk to you about the process that I did and then the questions that they asked me. So my interview was at 9:30. I got to the recruiter's office by 8:30 just to make sure we have the room ready. I did mine through Microsoft Teams, so I had the board in one camera and then I was on the other side. Um, so I went there at 8:30. We set up the room where I'm gonna be sitting down. They had like a TV where I would like see them clearly, and then we had another computer like at the bottom just so I can speak to them. So it consisted with a major and two captains is the people that I interviewed with. Honestly, they were really nice. They were very welcoming. I didn't feel intimidated at all. I felt relaxed throughout the interview. So if you're worried about that, don't. They're actually really nice. And yeah, so let's talk about the questions that they asked me. The first question they asked me, so first of all, the way they did the questions was, so remember there's three of them. Each one of them had prepared two questions for me. So the first question that was coming from the major was, so he was like, we want to learn more about you, so tell us about yourself. So I pretty much just told him about myself, where I'm from, um, and what I've achieved in the last 5 years within my education, the type of experiences that I've gained from my previous jobs, and how can I be a best fit to the military, and why the Army should select me as one of their officers. And then, so after that, he asked me another question. He said, why the Army and why now? So I pretty much just told him, like, I've always wanted to be a part of the Army. I've always wanted to be an officer. And I decided to finish my school first in order to join as an officer. And I just finished my schooling last year, and I'm very excited to join as an officer now. And of course, always address them with sir, ma'am, anytime they ask you a question, and just kind of acknowledge the questions that they're asking you. And then the second set of questions was coming from a captain. The question that he asked me was, do you have any experience working in a fast-paced hostile environment? So, being in my previous jobs before, I did have a lot of experience within a fast-paced environment. So I kind of talked to them a little bit more about that and how will the knowledge and the experience that I've gained from my previous job be a good fit for the military, and how I can use those to the military. He really liked that, so that's pretty good. And then he also asked me about, um, he said, tell me about the time you had to take on a leadership role. So with this, I just kind of like, thank you, sir, for that question. I've always considered myself as a person that take on leadership roles in terms of my education and professional roles. I give him examples of like when I was in school, I would always tackle on these team projects that we have. I'll take on the leadership role. And then in terms of my professional job, I've held numerous meetings with my clients all over the United States, and just kind of talk to them a little bit more about how you did your leadership roles in the past. And then the last two questions came from a captain, which is a female, and she is also a battalion commander. Or battalion XO, sorry. She said, how have you been preparing in terms of physical strength? So I've just kind of let them know, like, hey, I took the ACFT not too long ago. I scored 498 in my last try. I've always been interested in like working out. So during my free time, I work out, and I just continue to work out until I'm ready to ship out to basic training and get get stronger and be a strong leader when I get there. So just kind of explain to them how you've been working out for your physical strength. And then the last one was She asked me about the ranks where I ranked my MOS's selection. So mine was Human Resources, Quartermaster, and Engineer. So in the first one, I just kind of talked to them like, hey, this was my previous employment roles. I am most comfortable with human resources, and just kind of give them a reason why you chose what you chose, right? Because they just want to understand why um, why you chose those type of jobs, like in terms of your personal aspirations as well as professional aspirations. And then in the end, just kind of let them know like, hey, this is why the Army should choose me. I have a unique set of skills, attributes, and proven track records, and just kind of give them like a spiel of what you can bring to the table, right? So they really like that. And then towards the end, it honestly lasted maybe about 15 minutes. It wasn't long at all. They just had questions and then I answered them with confidence. Make sure you're confident when you're talking to them. And that was pretty much it. So, towards the end, they were like, hey, thank you so much for doing the interview with us. We appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And then towards the end, I also kind of expressed my gratitude to the opportunity that I was able to interview with them. I let them know that this process further solidified my interest in joining the military, and I look forward to the possibility of being an Army officer in the future. So they really liked that. We said our goodbyes, and that was pretty much it. So just a quick advice: be confident, make sure you have a good baseline to the questions that they may ask you, and hopefully this video help you with what type of questions they may ask. I did go on Reddit and just Google a quick questions like what type of questions will they be asking me at the OCS board, and I kind of look at them and then I kind of formulated the answers in my head just to make sure I have some scenarios, right, just in case they ask that. Again, all OCS boards will be different. They may take, maybe they'll have different questions, but this is just kind of a baseline of what type of questions they may ask you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I made sure to take the video as soon as I got home. That way the questions are still fresh in my mind and how the interview went. Good luck, and you got this. Have a great day.